Hey there, welcome back. I'm Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy. And today I'm in my RV. It's a Class B Pleasureway XLTS 2007. And I'm sitting in the bed because I got a great question from a viewer. This viewer wants to know more about configurations of beds, particularly in Class B RVs. Should you sleep east-west, which would be this way, against the flow of traffic, or north-south, which would be this way? And also, if you have to sleep east-west, is there a problem? Because somebody, if you're with a spouse or a significant other, or just somebody you're having fun with, if you're sleeping and somebody has to get up in the middle of the night, they've got to hop over the person that would be here. So let's talk all about that right now. First of all, the bed is perhaps one of the most important things in a Class B RV, or really in any RV. Let's face it, you're sleeping for 7 to 8 hours every time you go out on a camping trip, and you want it to be comfortable. You've got to get a good night's sleep. So that's why in this Class B, believe it or not, this is a king-size bed. This is larger than most beds in many hotel rooms that have just queen beds. This is really large. It's comfortable. It folds up, folds down. When it's actually in the up position, it becomes a sofa. But anyway, I've got it in the down position just to show you. So I'm 6 feet 2 inches tall. And when I lay down, and we use this in the north-south configuration of sleeping, when I lay down here, you can clearly see that I have plenty of room in this bed. It's super comfortable. I don't have to worry about knocking into anything. And then of course, Yoko sleeps the same direction right here. And it's a very, very comfortable sleeping situation. That we're rejuvenated in the morning. We don't feel tired because we get a good night's sleep for sure. Now, could we use this same bed right here and sleep in the east-west configuration? I'll just move that little pillow right here. And the answer is, and remember, I'm 6'2". The average person is not as tall as I am. But even being 6'2", my answer is yes. I could reasonably comfortably lay in this bed in the east-west position. And then, of course, Yoko or whoever I'm with who at the time, that's a bad joke, is sleeping in the same position. Now, the only problem with that is that if one of us is the type of person that needs to get up frequently in the middle of the night, that person should not be on the inside position. That person should be on the outside, because if somebody needs to get up in the middle of the night to pee or to whatever you need to do, and you need to hop over your sleeping partner, chances are that's going to wake that person up. That's not a good thing. So my first recommendation is, if the configuration in your van is okay for the north-south sleeping, then go with that. Do not use the east-west. I just don't see any advantage in sleeping in the east-west if you can sleep comfortably in the north-south. Now, if your bed is configured so you need to sleep, and I'll go back for a second, because our previous Class B van was a leisure travel. It was a 2000 leisure travel built on a Dodge something chassis. I can't even remember because it's been quite a while. But the configuration of that bed was we had to sleep east-west. Now, not only was it uncomfortable because it was smaller, it was not a king, so every time I went to sleep, my feet were like right up against the wall, and it was not a comfortable sleeping situation at all. And not only that, being in the east-west configuration, if Yoko had to get up and go to use the bathroom, or for some reason get up in the middle of the night, she had to climb over me, which also woke me up, and the whole thing is not good. So if you're in the market for a Class B RV, I would recommend studying the bed configuration, making sure it's going to be okay for you, and if you're with a partner, a sleeping partner, and that person at the same time. Because if you're uncomfortable, if there's not enough room, if you're east-west and your feet are hitting up against the wall, or one partner has to keep getting up in the middle of the night, it's not a good situation. I would rather pay more for an RV and have the bed exactly the way I want it than to get something that might be a little less expensive, but in the end, you're sleeping in a bed every night you're camping, and it's ultimately going to be miserable, and you don't want that. So I hope this helps. Again, so a bed is a super, super important part of an RV, especially a Class B that you're trying to put a lot of stuff in a very small space. And that might be one reason Class Bs are more expensive per square foot. You've got a lot of stuff going on in a smaller amount of space. So it's got to be it's got to be designed in such a way. But don't skimp on the bed, please. We are so happy with this RV. We kind of lucked into it, but we're so happy that it's got a large enough bed for both of us. We can sleep in the north-south configuration, be totally comfortable all night long, wake up in the morning, and have a wonderful day because we got a good night's sleep. I hope this really answers your questions about beds in a Class B RV. If you have anything that you're still not sure about or that I didn't cover, just put something in the comments. I'll be more than happy to try my best to answer it. Until next time, I'm Dr. Dave, the RV Dummy.